Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a wonderful March as March is wrapping up here. As a lot of you know, March is a pretty exciting real estate month in Indianapolis and all across the country. I wanted to give you kind of a state of the market update here and talk about what's happening in our real estate market. You guys have heard it, I know it, you've read the news, you've seen the pop-ups on Facebook stories, everything. The market is really crazy. Everybody uses the word hot, but hot insinuates that it's great, and it is great for sellers. It's really challenging for buyers, and so it's not hot for them. It's hot because it burns them a little bit, I guess, right? But it's not really hot for them. And so I want to explain a little bit what's happening. I want to explain what it takes to win in the market, and I also want to explain what sellers are experiencing. So let's start with that. Sellers that are listing with us are experiencing, selling their home anywhere from 5 to as much as 13, 14% above list price. And I'm including, listings that were $300,000, $400,000 homes selling that much above list price. You guys do the math, but you take 3,000 times 13, that's a lot of money that they're making over their list price for a $300,000 house. So that sounds wonderful if you're a seller, right? We got to help you get your ducks in a row on where you're going to go. We have to help you strategize that if you're going to sell a house. You may have an investment property that you're wanting to sell, and you don't have to worry about that. That's a good time for that. You may have an estate property that you're selling, or family property that you're not using, anything. It's a great market for that because you don't have to worry about that other domino falling. Where the heck are we going to go? It's also a great market if you don't know where you're going to go yet, but you can sit down and strategize on how to be aggressive and write an offer before you sell, because there's lots of ways to do that, and we've talked about that a lot. It's challenging if you are a seller and you don't know where to go, and you absolutely have to sell your home first. That's not very common for a lot of sellers anymore. Most sellers don't have to sell before they buy a house right now because they have so much equity, but some do. Now, if you're a buyer, how are you winning? I'm going to tell you right now that we have a 12-step process here that if a buyer can hit every step, it's not the 12-step program, but a 12-step process. If a buyer can hit every single step in our process and do all of those things, if they're financially capable to do them, then it's very likely for them to win. Things included in that 12-step process are guaranteeing appraisal money if it doesn't appraise, waiving inspections if you have to. We don't advise it, but man, it's what's winning. Adding inspection language that is least amount of contingency, taking away contingencies, covering seller costs for things. There's 4 or 5 steps right there out of all of our 12. Our relationships, cultivating relationships with the agents, me and the other agent on the other side, winning those relationships. That's all part of our process to help a buyer win. What's causing this? The lack of inventory, and I also think the concept of rising interest rates, so people are wanting to get out there before rates increase. And so, we've had this fire going for the last 2 years of a crazy real estate market, and there's gasoline on it right now. It's not impossible. It's all relative. If I could say anything, and you guys just remember one thing, it's always relative in any market, right? So if you sell high, yes, you will have to buy high. So that's an objection we hear a lot. But if the market collapses, you will sell for less. Yes, you will buy for less, but you will sell for less. So it's just right when it's your time, okay? So there's my little state of the market address to you all. Not that I'm the president of the real estate market thing or anything, but I do want you guys to know what's happening in our market. And there are lots and lots of solutions, even in what feels like a challenging market. new construction, us helping you through new construction, purchasing land and building later, selling and finding something temporarily, buying investment properties, using them as Airbnbs, all kinds of really great things to do in a market like this. And so please lean on me as your real estate Google. If you need anything, I'm always here to help. Hope we can help in any way. And just ask me a question. If you have a question about the real estate market, I would love to answer that question for you. Hope we can talk soon. We'll see you. Bye.